right now. Thank you. So the whole year's theme is from where you are to where you are going. And each month we are building on the previous month topics and lessons that we will learn. And so we are starting in January with a foundation. And what better foundation to build than to think of, having clarity as where you are now. Where are you starting from? If you don't know where you are starting from, how can you even tell where you are going? And that is why this month is so important. But not just this month, every month session is so equally important. So we are very privileged to have with us Pastor Sally this evening, helping us to lay the foundation for for this month's edition of Flex Connect, and she is going to help us to build the foundation that we are going to be building on, in February, in March, in April, going forward. Let me very briefly. She doesn't like long introductions, and she doesn't like you to say too much about her. But just to, say that a couple of months ago, we launched her second book. She has already written one book, and we launched her second book not too long ago. So you can, see the kind of person that we have speaking to us. She is a dynamic speaker who brings the word of God in light, in its simple or its simplest form. Her women's empowerment events bring countless women together where she inspires them to discover, develop, and deploy their God-given potential.
Wait,
Please do me a
it's
favor
now.
and mute yourself. Kindly do
He
me,
has not.
kindly do me
No.
a favor. Kindly do me a favor and mute yourself if for every one of us, kindly mute yourself. Kindly mute yourself for me. Thank you very much. So her message of encouraging women to move from sitting along the fence to sitting at the table has resonated with many women and caused them to be relentless in the pursuit of their success. Sally co-pastors with her husband Emmanuel Bossman Asante at Praise Harvest Community Church, a vibrant and cutting-edge ministry in Atlanta, Georgia. Sally holds a postgraduate certificate in education from Canterbury Christchurch University in England. And above all, she is an author whose books have inspired countless women. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very honored to be introducing to us this evening my own friend and pastor, Pastor Sally Bossman.
Thank you.
Pastor,
Thank
please.
you so much. Good afternoon from my end here, and good evening wherever you have tuned in from. And I want to say Happy New Year to everyone. And I don't know why I always start the first series. It's my birthday month, and so I don't know that if that's the reason why Dr. John always wants me to start in January, but I really appreciate that. So, as Dr. John said, my name is Sally Bossman. I co-pastor a church called Praise Harvest Community Church here in Atlanta, Georgia. Dr. John, I am truly honored to be here today to kick off the Flex Connect Series 2026. I want to sincerely appreciate you for this invitation and for creating this platform. A platform like this that engages growth, reflection, and intentional living. God bless you. If you are here, I want you to take this
Amen.
platform seriously because, like, there's so much growth going on here. If you join every month, there is something that you will learn that will you'll be able to apply to yourself to make the change that you need. All right. So the topic I've been given today is understanding your your starting points. I believe everyone can see my screen, correct? You can give me
Not
thumbs
yet.
up if you. Oh, you can see my screen?
Okay, I can see it now. Yes.
Okay.
Good.
Okay. All right. So the topic is understanding your starting point, clarity before change, but I have added 2026 to it. So it's clarity before change in 2026. All right. So hmm. All right. Okay, so my overall outcome, I'm trusting God that by the end of this presentation, most participants will leave equipped to move forward in 2026 with clarity, focus, and intentional action, and start from an honest understanding of where they are. And so from the topic, I have developed seven objectives from the word clarity. So I used the acronym clarity to define my objectives. And the first one is check your current reality. The second one, look at what is working. The third one is acknowledge what is missing. The fourth one is review capacity and readiness. The fifth one is identify one priority. The sixth one is trim distractions or distractions. And the last one is yes to intentional focus. Right. So I first of all want us to understand why it's important for us to understand, or for why it's important for us to know our starting point. So as we step into the new year, I've heard maybe not less than 10 people saying that, oh, 2026 will be my best year yet. I don't know if anyone has heard that or anyone has said that themselves. You can give me a thumbs up or give me a reaction for me to know you are with me. So who has said or who has heard anyone saying that 2026 will be their best year yet? I'm waiting for reactions. No one has said 2026 is their best year yet? All right. I've heard no less than 10 people saying that
There are a
2020.
lot of reactions, Crystal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I see them now. I see them now. Thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah, I have said, I have heard multiple people saying that. And while I love optimism, I want to ask a deeper question today. What will actually make your 2026 different from 2025? Maybe one person can unmute and share with us. What do you think will make your 2026 act different from 2025? One person can unmute and share with us. Why
Can
do you
I
think?
come in?
Yes. Yes, brother, you can share with us.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. We can hear you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
So, so I believe having a plan for the sorry, my name is Justin, and I believe for you to own 2025, you should have an actionable plan for the year and then start acting on all those plans.
God bless you, my brother. God bless you. That's true.
That's
That's
true.
true. So the fact that we are in 2026, the fact that we are in 2026 doesn't guarantee that your year will go well. I'm a pastor and I believe I have faith, but I'm being honest with you. The fact that we are in a new year doesn't mean your year is going to go well. A new year alone is not enough because a new year does not automatically create a new life. Life changes when clarity meets intentional action, as our brother said. It's what you put into action that will help you to be able to make 2026 better than the previous. So the calendar changes every year. Last year was 2025, the previous was 2024. Time moves forward, whether we grow or not. So the fact that we are in a new year doesn't mean that automatically your life is going to go better because we've moved up another digit. No. Growth is not automatic, growth is intentional. And so if you want to do well in 2026, then first you have to know where you are. You have to define your starting point. You have to know exactly where you are, and then you'll be able to move forward. So, I mean, I have made certain choices or I have made certain moves in the previous that I did not take a lot of things into consideration. For example, there was one year that I said, oh, I want to lose weight. And so in January, I went to the gym to just register because I wanted to lose weight. And trust me, when I went to the gym, I wasn't the only person. There were tons of people. Everyone had the motivation, everyone had the energy, everyone was exercising. And by March, when I went to, and I was dragging even in March to go to the gym. And by March, the gym was virtually empty. The gym was virtually empty. And so it is not motivation, and it's not because you said, oh, I want to lose weight and I'm in a good mood today. So I know if I go and register, I will be able to lose that weight. I just my goal wasn't smart enough, neither did I have a framework that supported that goal that I set for myself. And so it is very important for us to be able to know where we are currently. It's very important for you to understand why you need to understand your starting point or know why you need to know where you currently are. Your starting point is your current reality. It's not about your dream. It's not about your intention. It's not even about your prayer list. Let me add this to it. So this you can't say, oh, my starting point is, oh, I want to make $1 million. That's a good wish. But in reality, what are the framework? What is the framework, or what are the processes? What are I'm looking for a word. Yeah, what is going to guarantee that? You can't just say I want to have $1 million. Your starting point is your current reality. It's not your dream. It is not your prayer list, but where you truly are today. And we are all going to do an assessment to be able to know where we are today. I'll let you know when we get there. Understanding your starting point helps you to know where you are today. As I said earlier on, it helps you to choose the right route or route, not just, like, oh, wishes. No, it helps you to set realistic goals. And when you are able to know where you are currently, you'll be able to avoid frustration, you'll be able to avoid burnout or wasted effort. You will stop guessing and you start progressing. I want to use an analogy here. I want to use the GPS navigating system. When you turn on your GPS, thank God for technology. When you turn on your GPS navigation system, I think in London they call it sat nav or something like that. When you turn it on, it will pick up where you are. It will pick up your location. Without your current location, there is no way you'll be able to get to your desired destination. So we see that the GPS is not shaming you, it's not arguing with you, it's not rushing you. It simply says, where are you currently? Tell me where you are, or I'm picking it up. Otherwise, you cannot get to your destination. Without knowing your current location, there'll be a lot of frustration, and even Siri cannot reroute you. because we don't know where you are. There's no way you can move forward. You'll be moving in cycles. You'll be moving in cycles. And in 2026, God forbid, we don't want to be moving in cycles. We want our starting point to be clear, and we want to be intentional about everything that we are doing so that we can make progress. And the church will say amen. I'm sorry. Yeah. So let me say this. So 2026 won't change because your calendar changed. 2026 will change because you are being honest about your starting point. There are a lot of people who try to kind of show off or brand themselves as something that they are not. You cannot do that when you want to locate your starting point. You have to be honest about yourself, because if you are not honest, it's going to give you the results, a result that will not help you to be able to make the progress that you need. All right. So now, in just 2 minutes, I want us to do this reality check or assessment. We are going to look at where we are currently. So from 1 to 10, you're going to rate the following: your faith, where are you in your faith? Your health, where are you in your relationship, your career, your business, your finance? You're going to rate each one of this from 1 to 10. And we'll start now. Maybe 1 minute is good enough. So you can start now. I'm going to play some music while we do the exercise.
Hello, Sally. It's Ben here. I have a quick question.
Yes.
When you say relationship number three, could you expand on that, please?
So it could be marital, and if you're not married, your beloved. Or it could be relationship with your family, any kind of relationship.
Okay, thanks for the clarification.
Mhm. 30 seconds more. I believe we are all done. Are we all done? Maybe 10 seconds more. All right. So I believe everyone should be done by now. I would need some volunteers. So I want you to circle, pick any two and or the lowest, the two that has the lowest number two, or any of the list you have, wherever you have like two, pick two of them. Does it make sense? Can we have two people to share their findings with us?
So sorry, I see General Ike has volunteered to share on 3 and 6. General Ike, am
Okay.
I right?
I'm not monitoring the chat, so if someone can be
Yeah,
monitoring for me.
no,
Yeah, I'm doing that for you.
is that I'm not ready to share though, but
Okay.
she was saying that pick the ones that you know you are low over there, and I
Yeah.
picked two of them.
Okay. It's anyone ready to share with us their two lowest? Any volunteer? You don't have to go into details. You can just mention the numbers. So, for example, your faith, and then the score you give yourself, and why you think. I mean, this is a learning platform. That doesn't mean that's where you're going to be at the end of the year. You are ready to make improvement. That's why we are all here. So, you can just mention, and you don't have to give a detailed explanation of why. You can just say they are low and they are. This is just a retrospective analysis. So, any volunteers?
Yeah, I've seen there's a text there as well. Abigail has texted on 5 and 6, if I'm reading correctly. 5 and 6, yeah. And then
Abigail, can you?
Yeah.
I think Destiny wanted to speak. His mic was unmuted. Destiny, did you want to say something?
Yes, please. I want to say something. I'll go for the 5 and 6. So
Can you
I'll
give us?
start by the
Mhm.
6, the number 6. Please. I want to ask how to build wealth. How to build wealth. The number 6, and also in business. If you are starting a business, what businesses do you think that as a young entrepreneur, if you are going in for, it would be profitable to choose?
We will answer questions at the end of the presentation. We are walking through a journey. So if I answer right now, I'll be going ahead of myself, if that's okay.
All right, please. All right, please.
So
So
I'll
when it
answer
gets to
you
the
at the end.
questions,
Mhm.
I would ask again when it's get there.
Okay. Thank
All
you for
right.
understanding.
You're welcome. Thanks, man.
We'll
Okay,
take the
is it
last
possible that
one.
I come in?
Yes, please.
Okay, is the goal of this to explain the reason why they are your lowest, or to ask questions on them?
Yes. You can tell me
Okay,
what.
so yes, uh you can you didn't tell me the goal actually.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. So the goal is to find out. So we're doing a retrospective
Okay.
analysis.
Okay.
We are doing this so the next step is we're going to step back in
Okay.
2025 and look at what really worked for us in 2025. And why did that very thing worked for us? And then we are going to look at what did not work in
Okay.
2025 and why it didn't work. Then we'll be able to move forward to build on it.
Okay. So I understand you said that we should speak about the lowest, right? In
Yes, yes.
this okay. So mine is the number 3 and then number 5.
Okay.
So I would touch on, I think the reason why most people are not interested in sharing probably might also be because, in sharing some of those things, it means that you're also exposing some of your vulnerable parts, which I would do willingly. Okay, so I selected number 3 and I selected number 3 and 5 as my lowest because let me start with number 3. I've made some decisions with regard to relationship. I'm not yet married. In selecting like the person that I've been dating for a couple of years now, and the big reason is that she's a Jehovah Witness, and I'm not willing to be a Jehovah Witness. But then I have invested, time and let's say effort in the relationship over the past few years, and then I feel like last year I got to a point where I have to just decide, my faith with regard to like the direction that we were going, and we have to just call it off because if you know the Jehovah Witnesses, if you're not part of them, you cannot be able to, marry them or something like that. So yes, so that's the reason. That's one of the reasons why I rated that as my lowest. So when it comes to the 5th one, which is the business, uh, I'm an entrepreneur, young entrepreneur. So we have a software company, an AI-powered software company that we normally manage. I rated that section as my lowest too because um, it's a startup, and then I'm kind of like the core, um, the core um, director of the company. So a lot of the workload that we've been doing over the past few years have been handled by myself. Though I have partners, but I handle most of the works. So that gave me some kind of burnout and then overload along the line. So I felt like I could have, outsource or maybe, yes, outsource some of the things that I do to people that are around me, or even hire some junior workers that could actually handle some of those things. So beginning of this year, one of the things that I was, hearing within myself is structure, structure, and structure. That is, I needed to put down a proper structure with regard to how you want to manage the business going forward, starting this year. Right. So because I felt like over the past few years, we haven't had any proper structure with regard to how we can effectively manage the business. And that is the reason why it seemed like part of the workload has now, stacked on just one person in the business. And that's actually the core reason why I also rated that aspect as one of my lowest for last year.
Thank you so much for sharing. This is great and awesome. And so you have defined where you are currently in 2026. You know what did not work for you in 2025, and you have redefined your strategies to be able to move forward in 2026. If we don't do this retrospective analysis, like maybe not every year, but I do mine like on a weekly basis or on a quarterly basis. Then you'll be repeating, you see that you'll be repeating trends, and that wouldn't help you in any area of your life, whether it's your faith, your health, your relationship, your career, your business, or your endeavors. It will not help you. So it's very important for us to always step back and look at what is working, what is not working, and why it's not working. And not, we don't have to be afraid to make changes so that we can move forward. So we always have to define our starting point and see where we want to go, and then we'll be able to navigate our way to get there. Thank you so much, brother, for sharing. So someone may also say, I want to have a stable I want to have financial stability in 2026. But when you look back, you realize that you never even tracked your expenses. You see that this person never tracked their expenses. They were making emotional spending decisions. Like they go and it's on sale, so they buy it, whether they have money or not, they swipe their credit card. And then at the end of the month, you are not able to pay. The interest rate keep going up. And then you are always stuck at the same place. You will not be able to move forward. And these people also avoid difficult money conversation. They don't want to talk about it, especially if they have they have partners. They don't even want to open up for these conversations. So the issue wasn't desire, it was awareness. You have to always examine your results, not your intentions, because we all have good intentions. If you're always thinking about your intentions, you can never move forward. Look at your results, look at what has worked, what did not work, and how you can make changes in order for you to move forward in your life. Thank you, brother, for sharing. All right, so we want to look at what is working now. What is working in your life? If you look in your life, I believe it's not everything that is going wrong. Some things are going right. So we want to look at what is working. We want to look at habits. John Maxwell said he can observe someone for 24 hours, and at the end of the 24 hours, he can determine whether this person is going to be successful or not. Our life is in our daily habits, it's not in our moments. There are people, they make decisions when they are motivated or they are excited. Motivation fades. And so when you keep making decisions when you are motivated, you see that you will not have the capacity to be able to execute those things that you said, and you always keep starting over and over, and you think you are a failure. And so we have to be able to have system and frameworks in place. We have to track our habits. What do you do daily? So you have to observe your daily patterns. Your life is built on patterns and not moments, as I said. So ask yourself, how do I start my morning? You know, where does my time consistently go? What do I avoid? What do I have to avoid? What do I default to do when I'm tired or stressed? If you don't have answers to this, then it's going to be difficult. You don't have clarity. You need to be able to plan your week before the week starts. Most people plan their week Sunday nights. You can take just 15 minutes, get a journal, write in it what you want to do on Monday to Sunday. Because if you don't have these things planned for it to become your habit, you see that you'll be there and then someone will come, oh, I'm going to this place. Can you go with me? And then you follow the person. Or, oh, there's a business idea here. And once they pitch the business idea, it sounds so good, you just jump into it. You don't even analyze and think about it. You are just jumping into it at the sound of the business idea. So it's very important for us to have habits that will support our growth. We also have to pay attention to our emotional signals. Our emotional signals are indicators, they are not enemies. So, what emotions show up most often when you are doing something? What emotions usually shows up often? Do you feel overwhelmed? What situation drains you the most? For example, do you feel anxious around certain decisions? It means that you lack clarity. So if you are doing something and you're anxious, you are frustrated about it, you don't have clarity from the beginning. Anything that you do, you have to make sure you have a pathway, a clear pathway that would lead you to the goals that you are setting for yourself. You also have to review your commitments. So many people are overwhelmed not because they can do more, but because they are doing too much that does not matter. So that you are in a business and you have other things that you are doing, but those things are not bringing any income. Neither is it a hobby. Do you really have to keep those things? Because if you do that, you drag yourself back. You become frustrated. What are you currently committed to? Which commitment aligns with your values or goal? Other people's, when you pitch anything to them, they'll say yes because they don't want to feel guilty. If you do that, it will be difficult for you to accelerate or move forward. You don't have to feel guilty. If you think it doesn't support where you currently are, you don't have to feel guilty. You have to just move forward and do what you want to do. All right, so we want to do another assessment. We want to see what is working and what we can preserve, because it's not everything that is not currently working in your life. So we are looking at habits that support our wellness. We are looking at so we want to answer yes, somewhat, or no to these questions. We look at habits that support our well-being. We want to look at we want to have at least one routine that keeps you consistent. You want to have supportive relationship that encourages your growth. And the other one is have systems that helps you to manage your time and energy. So in 1 minute, Dr. John is going to help us. I'll stop sharing, and Dr. John is going to share his screen to help us to do this assessment. I'll play the music at the background. Dr. John.
Can you see that? Can you see the can you see the quiz?
Yes.
Good.
Thirty seconds more. All right. I believe everyone is done.
So should I end the quiz now?
Yes, please. All right. I'll share my screen again. All right. So, what habits or routine are currently serving you well? And then the next question is, what would be a mistake to remove or change too quickly? And then what progress are you overlooking from the answers you gave? Maybe one person can volunteer to share with us what habit or routine that is currently serving them well. And another person can share what would be a mistake to remove or change too quickly. Any volunteer? Any volunteer?
So I think whilst we wait for the volunteer, I don't know if others saw the results, which was displayed before Pastor Sally started sharing the screen again. The one area of interest is that about saying the section that didn't get much in terms of yeses was that I have supportive relationships that encourage my growth. And that's quite interesting. That had 48% yes. Whereas the other aspect which had the most yeses was I have at least one routine that keeps me consistent. So that's really quite interesting that people, when it comes to they themselves, they seem to be doing okay. But when it comes to drawing support from others, there's a bit of a challenge. And I think that's quite telling in terms of the need for us to be able to draw support from others to grow. So that's
You know,
what I think
yeah.
for.
Yeah, this doesn't alarm me at all, because there's something that I've also realized, that if you don't find the right people to I'm sorry, if you don't find the right people, it's kind of difficult to, when people are doing well, it's so funny. They don't want to really get they don't they tend not to get close to people who are not doing well and try to help them or volunteer to support them, right? It's funny that happens. And if people are doing well, they want to get their kind of, people, the same group of people to associate with. But there are other people who are also available that will help support. So there are tons of people. Even I know people are going to say, "Oh well, I don't have anyone to help me." I know there are people like that when they get to a certain pedestal, they don't want to probably don't want other people to drain them, or but the other people too who genuinely wants to support people and help them to come up to where they are. And so if you are struggling in finding either a mentor or a relationship that will help to be able to help you to grow, I think one of it is this platform that we have here. And there are several people who are in different kind of either business or different kind of so different kind of things people are doing. They will be able to support you. You can reach out to Dr. John based on your area that you need help with. I believe he will be able to pair you with someone who can help you to support you to be able to attain the growth that you want. There are also people in our communities who will be able to help us. So if depending on where you live, if you go to your community center, there are people who will be able to help you, pair you up with someone that can assist you or help you to be able to attain the growth that you need or support you to be able to get there. And so don't feel alone, and don't let that be an excuse for you to be in your shell and stay where you are. Because even though there are people who don't want to help people, there are still people who are ready to support you to be able to get to where you want to get to. You just have to ask the right questions and you'll be able to get the help that you need.
I see, Pastor Sally, I see a hand up. Perhaps it's maybe Tony, if it has to do a contributing to this particular point, maybe.
Yes.
If you want to take that, please.
Yes, please. That person can talk.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Yeah, considering the fact that we need help, we don't ask. We don't ask. We feel, who am I gonna talk to? How do I say it? Won't they look less of me? I have a practical example where I was filling the form since October 9th, 2025, and I got stuck on that form. And that form is supposed to move me forward. But because I was looking at myself like, who am I gonna ask? Who am I gonna talk to? When they think I don't know what I'm doing, I begin to limit myself until today, just today, since October. I decided when I woke up, I'm going to ask somebody. Whatever they feel about me does not really matter right now. I need to move forward. So, convincing myself that I can ask somebody is something that we also need to look at if we are not receiving help from people, asking the person. And then I decided to pull a call through to two people. I first sent a message. One person did not answer me, but the second person was so glad, like, what is it? I was shocked, like, okay. And I asked the person. The person came through my phone and helped me with what I was stuck with since October 9th, 2025. So please let us ask. Don't let us limit ourselves thinking we cannot ask somebody or what would they think about me. I did that to myself and I was stuck for almost 4 months moving myself forward. So that is my own contribution. And thank you for inviting me here.
Thank you so much for this wonderful contribution. Asking is key. If you want to move forward, you have to ask. Sometimes it's very uncomfortable, but in order for you to get your destination, you would have to ask. Because if you don't ask, people don't know you have a need. People will not come to you naturally and say, do you have any need? Can I help you? But if you ask, they will be able to support you. Thank you for your contribution. All right. So the next one is acknowledging what is missing. This like a gap analysis. We all have to be able to do an analysis of ourselves of what we don't have or what is missing in our life. And as our sister rightly just shared, if you don't have it and someone has it, don't be shy to ask. You can only have what you don't have once you ask. And so it's very important for us to do a gap analysis, look at the results positively, look at positive results. Don't look at all the negative things surrounding what you don't have. And also notice what you feel sustainable, not stressful. Identify habits you return to without being reminded and pay attention to where momentum exists. Because of our time, I'll be moving quickly. So the R in the clarity is review capacity and readiness. Review capacity and readiness. This is very key in order for us to define our starting point. What is your current capacity and are you ready for it? Emotionally, do you have that capacity? Do you have the time? And do you have the resources? Mentally, will you be able to handle it? There are a lot of people who say yes to stuff without even thinking about it and checking to see if they have the capacity, they have the bandwidth to be able to handle that because they think if they say no, the other person will be offended. You are not doing yourself you are doing yourself a disfavor. And so before you'll be able to get to your destination, you have to put all these realities in check. That is how you'll be able to define your starting point clearly. You have to know if you have the capacity in times of emotion, in times of time, in times of finances, and evaluate your mental capacity as well. All right. So the next one is identify one priority. Identify one priority. What is your priority? What do you want to achieve? You have to stabilize what is most unstable. Stabilize what is most unstable in your life right now. What do you want to stabilize? What is it that is not working that you want it to work? We have to be realistic with ourselves. Otherwise, it will be difficult for us to be able to achieve what we are actually looking up to have. So, identify one priority means deciding what matters most right now. Identify what is most stable or costly. What area is leaking what area is leaking the most energy or creating the most friction in your life? What keeps breaking down in your life? These are all questions you need to ask yourself. What issues affect multiple areas of your life? For example, lack of structure is affecting inconsistency. So because you don't have structure, everything is breaking down. Everything that you are doing is not stable. Most of us don't have framework that is helping us to move along. So in 2026, what framework do you have in place? People have planners, they have journals, they have things that they are writing in to help them to be able to monitor the progress that they are making. Did you set a goal for the year? And if people set goal, they look at it holistically, it will scare you, you will not be able to prioritize anything. So you have a goal that you want to achieve, that's fine. But have you broken this into like a quarterly goal, a monthly goal, a weekly goal, a daily goal? And what is your priority for that day? And are you checking them as you move along? If you don't have these systems in place, then it will be very difficult for you to be able to make progress in life. The next one in the clarity is trim distractions. There are so many distractions going on these days. So you have to identify what drains your focus. What is draining your focus? Other people is digital or notification that is draining their focus. If they are doing something, they are not able to put their phone away. And so it keeps, they keep getting notification. And so they are not able to focus on the things that they need to achieve during the day. Or maybe someone calls you, you don't have a time that you go to social media, right? And so when you're doing something in the middle, even especially if you're working from home, there's no one monitoring you. And so you're not able to be consistent in the things that you are doing. You keep being distracted. If you do that, you cannot be productive. If you do that, you will not be able to get to the destination where you want to get to. So it is very important for us to clear our path so that all these things will be able to handle or deal with these things, and that will help us to get to our destination. We have to release overcommitment. I've highlighted this in our previous slide. If you know you don't have the capacity, don't commit to it, because it's not good for you to commit to something that you will not be able to finish. Recently, I was working with a guy who was working on my website, and I didn't know this guy had so many job that he was doing. And as soon as I called him and I mentioned the person who referred me to him, he said, "Oh, right now I'm a little busy." I didn't think about what he said. I'm a little busy, but because Sister This referred you to me, I can't let her down. And I didn't think about what he said. So I gave him the job, and I regretted giving him the job because he didn't have the capacity. He didn't have the time. He didn't have the availability. But because someone referred me to him and he didn't want to, let the person down, he took the job. Meanwhile, he did not show any professionalism in executing the job. You can't do that. You have to trim down stuff that will not be able to help you to be fully committed. If you know you have other things, don't take other commitments that would that would not put you like, I saw him as very unprofessional. We have to trim all these things. Otherwise, we will not be able to move forward to get to the destination where we want to get to. And the last one is yes to intentional focus. Yes to intentional focus. We have to be intentional in everything that we are doing. We have to be intentional. If you are not intentional, then it will be difficult for you to get to your destination. Saying yes to intentional focus means choosing to direct your energy, your time, and attention towards what matters most in that season and committing to it consistently. If you say yes to something, you have to commit to it. So, for example, the guy that I was working with, the guy who was helping with my website, he said yes, but he wasn't intentional about his yes, and he wasn't focused. He has so many things that he was doing, and that's distraction. If you do that, you'll not be able to get to your desired destination. Focus doesn't happen by accident. Focus happens by decision. So decide what deserves your best attention. What is most productive to you? What is going to bring you the ultimate result that you are looking for? If you focus on everything, then you can achieve what you want to achieve. What are you choosing to prioritize right now? Intentional focus begins with a clear decision. So, what one area, if strengthened, will create the greatest progress that you want? And what are you willing to give your best energy to right now? If you're able to define that one focus, you'll be able to move forward. You'll be
work on our members too.
I'm sorry. You'll be able to make forward, and in the next 30 days, you'll be able to build a habit that will give you consistent progress. In the next 60 days, you'll be able to stabilize that area, and in the 90 and in the next 90 days, you'll be able to develop momentum. Commit fully to this season or the one thing that you have chosen to focus on without distraction or quitting. Most of us we have beautiful goals at the beginning of the year, but we keep starting over and over and over again. When we start something, because we did not take all these measures I've laid out into play, you get to the middle and then you are stuck and you don't know how to go about it. So you leave it and then you take another thing else thinking it's a fresh start. It's good to reset, but you have to reset in a way that will bring you results. You can't keep starting over and over again. Everything that we are doing, let's look at our intention. Let's plan and let's see where we are currently and what can help us and carry us to the next level to be able to finish. We'll do our last assessment. We are going to do an assessment on intentional focus. So Dr. John will help us to be able to go through this exercise, and then I'll come back to discuss the feedback. The first one is, if I could bring clarity to one area of my life in 2026, what will it be? And to maintain reasons this area needs attention now. The main reason this area needs attention now is, and the last one is one thing I must say no to is order to protect my focus is, Dr. John.
Professor, I've launched there. Please,
Okay.
I hope you can all see it.
We have 1 minute. Our time is fast, man. So I know we have lots of questions. So
Should I end the quiz now?
Yes. Okay, yes. Can you share the results, Dr. John, please?
If I could bring that to one level, international football board.
So the way this one is, you need to click on to view details because it's written answers.
Okay.
Yeah. So maybe you can get a volunteer to share something
Okay,
with
so
us.
can we have maybe one person to share number 19? If I could bring if you could bring clarity to one area of your life in 2026, what will it be? And that person will have to answer number 20 as well. Any volunteer?
I would want to volunteer on this.
Okay.
So that would be my goals. I set goals that I don't follow through.
Mm-hmm.
So now this year, I would want to follow through with those goals
Okay. If I may ask, why do you think you set the goals and you're not able to follow through?
because I lack clarity
Mm-hmm.
on the goals,
Mm-hmm.
and uh, I don't uh, stay focused on the goals to get the clarity.
Mm-hmm.
So at some point I lose steam, and then I leave it and do other things that seem easier.
Mm-hmm. So it sounds like you don't have a framework that helps you to be able to achieve the goals, correct? And you're not monitoring to see if you're following through or not.
No.
Okay. So that's very important. Thank you so much for sharing. I know at the beginning of January or maybe December, everyone set goals that this year I want to do this, I want to do that. But sometimes our goals are not smart enough. So smart, we're talking about specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and within a time frame. And once you set these smart goals, you need to have systems that will help and monitor to be able to ensure that whatever goal you have set is working. So it could be having a planner for you to write out the things, and also a planner that helps you to be able to consistently check what you are doing, and also have accountability partners. It's very important. If you have an accountability partner, it's not like you are telling them everything you want to do, but someone that can sometimes remind you of the goal that you have set to make sure you're on the right track. Thank you, and God bless
There's
you.
a hand up. There's another hand up.
Yes.
Oh, hand gone down. Enoch? Okay, I think the hand is gone down, so you can carry on,
All
please.
right. So in conclusion, I would say that 2026 won't change because the year changed. It will change when clarity leads your decision, when you are clear about every decision you are making. And I want you to know where you are, focus on what matters and move forward with intentionality. Because if you are not intentional about whatever you are doing, then you'll be drifted. Because there are so many nuances, there are so many things that can distract and stop us in our tracks. The enemy is one of it. He will use so many things to distract you. Let's not forget about that. Because, the Bible says that he's moving to and fro looking for who to devour. And so he'll use anything to make sure that you don't accelerate or you don't move forward in the things that you want to do. And so we have to be intentional in everything that we are doing. We have to sit down and make analysis of, the things that we want to do and make sure we are intentional about every decision that we take. All right. So I have a planner that I have developed, but it looks like this is for women. It's the Relentless Woman Planner. So this planner, it's like a whole framework. It talks about it talk about goal setting, how to set goals, and it gives you 9 areas of your life that you can set goals, and it helps you to set like the goals that you want to achieve the whole year, and then there's a framework or a metrics that monitors your goal quarterly, monthly, every 6 months, every every week, and then every day, and then some affirmations and things that will help you to be able to make sure that you're on the right path. I'm going to put the link in the chat, and if you need a copy, you can just grab your copy. It looks like is it's gender bias, but I mean, it will really, really help you if you are looking for structure in your life. I would copy the link and put it in our chat. This is the conclusion, and so if anyone has a question, I will now open the floor for questions.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Pastor Sally. That was very insightful, very deep. I wish we had more time because I know you have had to rush it a
Yes.
bit, to the end. Um, it's been so insightful. God bless you so much. So we have very few minutes. We don't have much time actually because we normally want to finish by 8:30. So well, somebody wants to know if we can just simply replace the woman with the man and the men can also. I don't know if it's just the name or it's specifically for women. Can men also use it?
So, I'm a woman empowerment and growth and personal growth coach. And yeah, I mean, when you open it, it's like very stylish for women. So,
Okay.
but I mean, if you're a man and you don't mind, you can still use it. Hey, who's going to?
Kojo, you can buy it for your wife.
Yes.
And then she can share some of the aspects relevant to men with you. Right. Thank you very much for that insightful presentation. Really appreciate this. So we'll take a few questions. We still want to finish at 8:30. We'll take a few questions and wrap up for today. Destiny, I think that there was a question that someone asked earlier on about financial goals, and he said, Destiny, you want to ask the question again, or particularly if you remember precisely the question you want to address it.
Yes, please.
Yes, go ahead, Destiny.
Okay, so it was from 1 to 10 of the following. That is our faith, health, relationship, career, business, and then finance. And then I was asking of the finance that how to build wealth, and also the second question was about the business. As a young entrepreneur, what businesses do you think when I invest into it, I would gain more profit? Because I remember that was last 3 years. I got some money, I bought a car, it was a home use, and then because I like managerial experience, so the person was just giving me troubles and always has been giving me excuses that the car got spots and here and there, and later I have to pack it and then sell it to scraps. So that was somewhere last year when I got the chance to buy motor for someone to use it for work and pay. I'm now able to manage it very well. So if I knew the money that I used it to buy the home use car, I would have even used that money to even buy new motor like two. So I want to ask maybe more investment plans that as a young entrepreneur, when I invest in it, I'll gain more profit for me to be able to be financially sound some years to come, please. Thank you.
All right, that's a great question, but I will not be able to tell you to invest here or there, right? It depends on your interest, and whatever interests you, you have to do a thorough research, right? To make sure it's a profitable venture. And then there are so many analysis or things that you need to do before you enter into a business, right? So first of all, is it something that you understand? Because if you don't understand, then you don't have to even go into it in the first place. You have to have information about the business that you want to embark on. If you don't have any information, then it will be difficult. If something happens, you'll not be able to navigate your way. And two, you have to find out people who have done that business, okay, and then learn from them what is working for them, what is not working for them. That is a starting point. You have to be able to understand the business, get people who have already been in the business, interact with them, and see what's working for them, what is not working for them before you can proceed. But I don't think I can tell you invest here or invest there. That's a good venture. I mean, I can give you a list of things that are profitable, but until you research into it and see what currently fits where you are, it will be a waste of time and waste of resources. Like you said, someone took your you gave it to someone, they were not able to manage it well.
All right, please. Thank you so much.
I mean, there are a list of things you can do, but it's not everything that will be profitable to you. And it's not everything that will fit your current capacity in terms of time, resources, knowledge, and all that. So you have to make a good assessment of what you think you'll be able to handle, what you think interests you, what you have the capacity to be able to handle, and find out from people in that industry what they are doing that is working, and then maybe that'll be your starting point.
All right, please. Please also in my findings, should it be specifically one person or it has to be maybe about two, three? Because as you know, you were answering the previous question that not everyone wants to support in terms of maybe in your goals and ambition that they don't want you to get to where they are. So when you are looking for a help, they don't want to help you. They would rather give you a halfway help, and then along the line you reach somewhere and then you be stuck. But if you get the whole pack of it and then you start it, you'll be able to achieve it. So in my findings to maybe making a research about it and finding it from people, maybe how many people that when I do my findings it would be okay, maybe about 3 5 or something. I don't know whether my question is clear.
Yeah, it depends. It depends. So two,
Okay.
3, 4 people are good, but you don't have to fully rely on them. That's, you know what, I wanted to help me and then leave everything on them. You also have to do your research, right? To be able to find out what the kind of help they are giving you is profitable or it's making sense to you.
All
So,
right.
I mean, a couple of people is good, but you also have to do your due diligence.
All right, please. Thank you very much.
Mhm.
And I think that you earlier on we talked about mentorship. It's important to have somebody who guide you. Someone you can trust to hold your hand and also guide you. If you don't have that kind of person in your life, it's important to get that person.
Okay, doctor.
So we'll take one more question if there is one more question or contribution. We also welcome contributions from. It's a learning platform, so we learn from each other. Anyone there as we wrap up? And let me remind you that I've put on the chat box a link to the Flex Connect platform. We have a WhatsApp platform where today's presentation and other personal development materials will be shared or regularly shared. So if you're not on that platform, you can click on the link to join as well. So any final question? Oh, okay, Solomon. Solomon, please. Solomon, please unmute and ask your question.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I set up a business and my focus with the business was to create, which is initiate, nurture, and execute. These are the goals of the business. And unknowing to the system, I create content, initiate projects, nurture them to the point of execution, then the projects are hijacked. And it has, yes, so I will create the business, I will create the initiative, nurture it. When it's time for implementation, then it will be hijacked from a point. And I've been doing this for a couple of years. And I always think it will work, not knowing the system is not designed for such. What can I do to that?
Dr. John, can you?
I have a friend here who had another engagement and joined not too long ago. I wish he's in a place to speak, because he probably will be best place to answer this one. If he's not in a Clement, are you able to speak? If not, I'll attempt, or maybe Gozi can help here, or Benakwe.
I'm able to speak a little bit to this. So,
Okay.
bro, it's wonderful that you know exactly the point where things don't go well. That is, identifying that point is brilliant. Now, you want to know why that becomes the stop point. Sometimes you may be telling too many people too many of your plans, and then they monitor you, and before the mango is ripe, they are there first, are done, and they take it from you. So maybe don't be telling everybody what you are up to. Keep some things close to your chest so that you can execute. Sometimes it's a money thing. I know I don't want you to reveal too much about your project because obviously that is why people have been stealing it before it's ripe for you to harvest. So sometimes it's a money thing. Your money is not ready. And by the time you start begging people, oh, Charlie, come and help me, this. By that time, they are realizing that, oh, Charlie, this opportunity, I no get money, and then they will harvest it at dawn before you wake up. So it's great, you know why people are harvesting your produce before you get to harvest it. Now, maybe don't tell everybody what you are doing and the stage you are at. If they are harvesting it because you go and ask them for money, maybe get the money ready first before you start the project, and discover that keeping things to yourself sometimes is a great idea. So I hope this is helpful. But I like the fact that you know why, you know when people are stealing your idea, and number two, you on this occasion you have chosen not to say too much. So I admire that. It looks like you're already on track. So as they say in Ghana, niamwane dine kone die omwedi akọ manenko. Ne aka no yebebo ho ban. So ne aka no yembo ho ban. So safeguard what is left. Don't talk too much. Just let your actions speak for themselves. I hope this is helpful.
Thank you very much, Ben. Ben and then Toyin.
Yeah, I was just going to add to what Ben has said. Brother Solomon, in life, these things happen. And any mistakes or any errors that happen, it prepares us for better things. So this is more encouragement, but lessons always have to be learned from your mistakes. So just bear that in mind. It will make you wiser and sharper. And as Ben said, the past has happened. So just learn from it. Okay?
Thank you very much, Ben. I see Toyin's hand up. We'll take Toyin's contribution and then we wrap up. Oh, there's another. Oh, no. Yeah, that's it. Toyin, and then we can wrap up for tonight. Toyin, please.
Yes, I want to look at this from a business angle. So now, when you start a business or you put in an idea before the execution, it's gone. So I want to encourage you to be a business starter. Start a business, and the business should be business starters, where you will have ideas, begin to build up different ideas, and begin to sell those ideas to the public and take money for it. If execution is the problem, you can be a business starter, an idea coordinator, whereby you put all these ideas together in a ebook, and then you sell your ebook, and anybody that wants to execute it can execute it from where you stopped. So look at it from that angle, that you can always put a system together where you have a website and said, come with whatever ideas you have. We are going to help you put the ideas together. So position yourself as a business starter, and then people will buy any ideas you have, put it in a system, and then people will go there and begin to buy those ideas. I think that is my own angle. Whoever is hijacking, or because you don't have the execution power, it's okay. You can position yourself as a business starter.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for that contribution. Thank you. So, Pastor Sally, you want to give us your final words, your key takeaways from today's session, that we can
I
close the
want to
session
thank
today.
I want to thank you all for tuning in today. And Dr. John, God bless you for putting this platform together where we all share ideas to be better people. If you are just visiting, or if you are not connected in the WhatsApp group, I'll encourage you to join the WhatsApp group, because this is a platform where we all share knowledge. And also, I want you to, as you log off, I want you to just sit down and analyze where your starting point is. Because as I gave an example of the GPS navigation system, it is without your current address, it's difficult to get to your destination. So think about where you currently are. You don't have to have so many things for things to be working. Just take what you have. And I like the contribution of Toyin, that if you don't have the money, that is preventing you from executing. Just sell your ideas, and through that, to be able to have the money that you have to be able to move forward to where you desire to be. And so, thank you all for joining tonight. And I also encourage you, the females, to get the planner, and the males, you can get it for your wives so that they can also have a framework to work with this year. Thank you so much.
Wow. Thank you very much, Pastor Sally. Thank you so, so much. And thank you, all of you, for joining us and spending your Sunday evening with us. Sunday evenings are precious.
One thing, please.
Okay. Sorry. Kojo, go ahead, please.
Can you please post the link of the planner on the WhatsApp chat group, please?
Yes,
That
we'll
would be
do it.
great.
I will.
Thank you.
Sorry, we'll do that. Yes. And as the WhatsApp link is come up again, please, if you are not connected, I'll share the link once again on the chat box. Or in the chat box, so you can click on it and join the WhatsApp platform. We share personal development, leadership development, career development materials there. This session will be there, the recording, and also the PowerPoint will be shared there as well. So please, you can copy and also send it to somebody who you think would benefit from joining the platform. So kindly do so. So whilst I'm wrapping up, I would just want to announce to you that next month, February, we are building on the foundation that we've laid today. Next month's session will be on building consistency when motivation is unreliable. Pastor Sally talked about how the gym was almost empty by March. People have lost motivation already. But what happens when motivation is gone? Something else still has to happen. You still have to drive forward and achieve your goals that you set. So we'll be talking about how we build consistency towards the achievement of our goals when motivation is unreliable. You cannot miss that. You cannot miss that. After this powerful foundation that Pastor Sally has built, we have lawyer David Owusu Yanoma speaking next month. He's one of the speakers on Flex Connect. We missed him last year. He's back this year and he's coming back powerfully to build on this foundation. So thank you so much for connecting, and I would encourage all of us to, let other people know about this opportunity to learn and share knowledge together and inspire ourselves, inspire each other, so that next month when we are together again, we're going to have, even more powerful session. So next session will be on the 22nd of February. 22nd of February. It's on consistency when motivation is unreliable. Once again, thank you. We appreciate your time with us. So I'll stop the recording now. Because of our time, we wouldn't have too much engagement, but I'm sure there are a few of us here who would like to catch up after, being in the new year. And may I also take the opportunity to wish you a happy new year. And we pray that this year, as we embark on this growth journey, we'll see growth in every area of our lives, not just our career, personal, but every aspect, spiritual life, financial, and every area of our lives. We'll see growth and advancement. God richly bless all of you. I will see you next month.